Could you imagine trying to cover up an extramarital affair with an elaborate lie about being with a gay prostitute? No? Well, this is just what one Michigan lawmaker did, State Representative Todd Courser. Now, Courser, whose aide was secretly recording him on his phone, he was dictating an email in an effort to create a scandal that would deflect from what was actually happening. Now, take a listen at this representative instructing his aide about the body of this email.
Todd Courser caught on tape behind Lansing nightclub. Truth, Courser secretly removed from caucus several weeks ago due to a male-on-male paid for sex behind a prominent Lansing nightclub. He is a bisexual, porn-addicted sexual deviant.
I mean, Jose, we could clearly hear him on that tape telling this poor aide, you know, I want you to construct this elaborate lie. We're going to send it out to Republican activists in his base, wanting to deflect from what was actually happening. I don't know what he was thinking, making up a lie about being with a gay, you know, being gay, number one. I guess he thought, you know, that would just be so far-fetched for him in his sick, twisted, warped way of trying to spin this story so that when the news that he actually had an affair with fellow state representative Cindy Gamrat, that it wouldn't be as bad. I don't know what kind of logic that is.
There's no logic to it. It just shows that the decay and the distortion of common sense that some of these politicians experience once they get into power, it's absurd. They make them commit the most horrible actions. And what I'm happy about is the fact that we get to know about this story, because the aide that was actually receiving these instructions, he decided not to follow through and send that email, and then he got fired about it.
Well, he said, I'm sick that day, I'm sorry, I can't, and then he was fired. But he had a little bit of insurance. I don't know, though, that's kind of weaselly to tape your boss. I mean, your boss is this guy, but still.
Weaselly to try to say that you had sex with a male prostitute to cover your affair with another lawmaker.
That's true. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So, this relationship between these two, now Gamrat and Courser rose through the ranks of the Tea Party movement in Michigan, and they actually unseated 2 establishment Republicans for these seats. And I think that in his mind, he was thinking that his base, whom he refers to as the quote herd in this audio, he's calling them, you know, a herd of sheep, I'm assuming. We actually have a quote for you here from the executive director of Progress Michigan regarding this. And he's talking about, did they use state funds to actually cover this up? He says, if Representative Courser and Gamrat use state resources in an attempt to cover up their sexual affair, they have deceived their constituents and the public. These elected officials clearly have no regard for the trust that is given to them by the voters in their communities, whom Courser callously referred to as the, quote, herd. You could hear him on this audio. We didn't play you that clip, but he clearly doesn't think they're too smart.
No, of course. If he thinks that people are gonna be that stupid to believe that far-fetched story of him going to a nightclub and getting paid sex from a gay prostitute over he was just banging the other lawmaker in front of everybody.
They actually merged their offices and had joint staff.
So they didn't have to walk away. They could just close the door.
They wanted to be really close to each other. You know, this tape, it really, not only defies logic, but it sort of crumbles at your way and any faith that you would have in people actually doing the right thing up there.
Was he actually looking for a higher position or like another elected position?
He did, and on this tape, he goes, I really want to, he said something to the effect, I'm paraphrasing, I was going to run for Congress. I wanted to be in Congress. And the aide was like, dude, you totally can't do that now. It was kind of hilarious. If you get a second, go back and listen to this entire audio that's been released. Representative Todd Courser trying to cover up an illicit sexual affair with another representative by creating this elaborate lie about being with a gay hooker. Log on, post those comments below about this story while you're at it. Be sure to check out the rest of our channel and, of course, subscribe to the LibTV2 for more.